Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now August 10th of 2022, and one thing that a lot of Star Wars fans had a lot of criticism over before, back in May of this year when Obi-Wan Kenobi debuted on Disney+, a lot of fans really did not enjoy the direction by Joby Harold, Deborah Chow, and yes, even Kathleen Kennedy, and exactly what they did with the overall story that consisted of 6 episodes. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, it is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about the Kenobi TV series is that we already know that Stuart Beattie, the original writer of the Kenobi movie trilogy, had a full script for the first film and tons of storyboards for the second and third movie, which by the way was going to have a lot of surprising reveals, a lot of cameos, a lot of surprise character inserts into the actual movie trilogy. I mean, there was going to be a lot of revelations in the Kenobi trilogy that unfortunately did not actually get to happen because Kathleen Kennedy felt that Kenobi did not deserve a trilogy in the end. It had to be scaled down to a 6-part show. Now, moving forward to where we are now, there's a lot of things happening with Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 2, even though Yule McGregor is denying any kind of involvement just yet, or anybody approaching him from Disney, which by the way, he said the same exact thing for Kenobi Season 1. There is indeed a lot of things happening behind the scenes as we speak for the second season of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's get into it. Now, on top of all of this, we already know that FAVREAU and Filoni have actually been approached for Kenobi Season 2 about a month ago, and they agreed to actually get involved with the expansion of the Kenobi TV series. Again, Disney is really trying to figure out how they want to market this thing, if they even want to call it a Season 2, or if they just want to keep adding in parts or chapters, right? And specifically parts. They want to perhaps just make part 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, etc., etc. They're thinking about doing it just like that, or they could call it Season 2. Moving on. Now, currently with the Kenobi series now out on Disney+, Disney executives are getting ready to develop a second season for the show that they plan to actually announce at next year's Star Wars Celebration event for the Star Wars fans. Now, it's described that tons of unused storyboards from the original Obi-Wan Kenobi movie trilogy are set to be used for the second season, that FAVREAU and Filoni have already been contacted to work on the show to replace Joby Harold and Deborah Chow. One of the big additions to the second season of Kenobi is set to bring in the return of Mace Windu in the form of a big flashback for the Star Wars fans. Now, one of the storyboards involves Mace Windu getting helped by another surviving Jedi in the very depths of Coruscant that helps him into a medical facility where Mace Windu receives a biomechanical arm, very near similar to Anakin Skywalker's. This was originally going to be used in the third Obi-Wan Kenobi movie as one of the big reveals toward the end by Stuart Beattie, but is now being transferred on to the second season of Obi-Wan. Now, Yule McGregor recently made a statement trying to not answer the question if he has been approached for Season 2 by stating the following. I really can't say anything about a second season. I have not been approached really, and I assume Disney is just trying to figure out what to do next with this character. However, Ewan for the first season had to lie for a total of 3 years about his involvement in a similar way in the Kenobi show, and is described to be dodging the question in a similar sense, as he has already been in the talks with Favreau and Filoni about a Season 2. Now, Samuel L. Jackson also has had a meeting with Favreau and Filoni on his return as Mace Windu in the Star Wars universe moving forward. Not just that, but Ahsoka Tano is also set to return in the second season of Obi-Wan Kenobi, with plans to recast her into a younger role led by actress Laura Harrier, who will play a younger version of Ahsoka Tano. Now, let me just pause here for a second before we get on to the more exciting material about all of this, is that we talked about this a couple of months ago, that Rosario Dawson was indeed going to get recast as Ahsoka for an upcoming project related to Kenobi, and it turns out it's for a second season of Obi-Wan, or just a continuation of the Kenobi series as extra parts, right? Now, Rosario was supposed to be in the third Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, alright? She was initially attached to the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie trilogy. We talked about this too quite a while ago. before Stuart Beatty even came forward about the trilogy. And that also is changing for the series now, as they are getting Laura Harrier. You guys may recall, she played Liz in Spider-Man Homecoming, the first of the Disney Spider-Man trilogy. So she played Liz, and she is set to play a younger version of Ahsoka Tano. Personally, I think it's a great fit. She fits the role. She looks like she can play a younger Ahsoka. It works. But at the same exact time, do I think it's really necessary to throw Ahsoka into the Kenobi show? Well, yes, I think it is very necessary, because, let's face it, the first season was setting up the story of hidden Jedi across the galaxy and using the path and new lore about the path, and how it kind of teased a little bit more about Quinlan Vos in there. So hidden Jedi are really going to be a main focus in the upcoming Kenobi episodes or seasons, whatever Disney's going to do to market this thing. And it is going to be something that's going to give us a different version of Ahsoka Tano in live action form. So that too, I think, is going to be very exciting as well. So here's another thing that I think is really going to progress things into a more positive route, is that originally it was supposed to be Rosario Dawson in the role of the continuation of the Kenobi series, but has now been replaced by Laura. Now, Rosario is said to be perfectly fine with that decision, and this has yet another, of course, original plan that was supposed to be used for the third Obi-Wan Kenobi movie to bring in Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano. Now those plans have changed by looking, of course, for a younger actress with Harrier playing a young version of Ahsoka Tano in the works. Now, Sam Jackson's role in the second season of Kenobi is described to be done through a flashback to the events of Order 66, and is planned to be one of the openings for one of the planned episodes that is actually going to set up his character return into the Star Wars franchise. When Sam Jackson was actually questioned about his return as Mace Windu a couple of weeks ago, he simply said the following: "I really can't be sure if I'm allowed to say anything about that, my man." Now, Sam Jackson obviously has always dodged the question here and there when he's actually questioned about this, but he himself, when he was at Star Wars Celebration of 2016, he was begging Kathleen Kennedy to make Mace Windu come back and to make it happen. Now with Favreau and Filoni getting this big promotion, especially Favreau getting the biggest promotion of all, that allows him to have a lot of creative pull on all these new shows, there's no doubt about it that he is the one that allowed Mace Windu to happen for the continuation of Kenobi, and of course in Mando 4. By the way, we talked about this too, that we're going to be getting a very elderly version of Mace Windu in The Mandalorian Season 4 that's going to show him as a very old Jedi, and we're talking about an immobile kind of Jedi, of Mace Windu, kind of similar to Yoda's situation in Empire Strikes Back, giving us a very old version of the character. So, moving forward from all of this, guys, I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this, because Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 1, there's no doubt about it, a lot of fans did not like it, and Season 2, given the fact that Favreau and Filoni are coming on board, and they're bringing in characters like Ahsoka and Mace, and quite possibly even Quinlan Vos, there's a lot of potential here, and I think that there's a lot of positivity on the horizon. So overall, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon we hear them moans again.